Good.
Awesome. So tell us who our two guests are today for this preview episode, and give us a little bit about what goes on getting all of these concessions to the fair and all of the food booths and all of the different organizations. I mean, I know that it's a lot and it's hectic when we're doing it just for the virtual fair. So what is that like when it's the real thing?
Sure. So today we have Tommy Buck joining us, who is the other concession co-chair along with me. And then we have Nikki Onick, who is the director of our Team Orange for the fair. And she is also in charge of one of the Grange food booths, the Ashway Grange, and they serve breakfast. So they'll be joining us. But to get everything lined up to have the fair for all of our vendors, including our food vendors, it's a monumentous task. We start planning for this basically in December. So as soon as the fair ends, we finalize paperwork, we kind of go on vacation for the holiday season, and then start planning at the end of December with getting contracts ready and mailing them out and doing all of the paperwork that goes along with it, and then going back to the fair and making sure everybody has everything that they need in order to operate.
That is definitely a big undertaking. And I think that people think, because the fair is only 5 days out of the year, but it really does take the majority of those other 360 to make sure that this thing comes off the way that it does. So let's bring on Tommy and Nikki right now. Here he is, Tom Buck, the co-chair of the concessions department, and Nikki Onick, I hope I said that right, the director of Team Orange. So welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Nikki, thank you, Tom. Nikki, can you tell us what Team Orange is?
Team Orange, basically, we take care of the grounds with the garbage pickup. We're also part of crowd control if there's any situations or issues, or if anybody just needs help getting around the fair, they can always ask us.
That's awesome. And Tom, how long have you been working as on the concessions department?
16 years, Roxanne?
Yeah.
I think it's about 16 years now.
That's awesome. Obviously, as we were just talking about with Roxanne, getting all of this together is a large undertaking. How many different food vendors would you say, ballpark, are there at the fair in any given year?
26.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think there's 26 food vendors.
Wow. And who makes up that group? So, like I mean, you can name. Obviously, there's 26 of them. If we start naming the names of the organizations, we don't want to leave anybody out, so we're just gonna say that.
Yeah, no, I'll just generalize it. We have Granges, we have churches, fire departments, booster clubs, all walks of life. I mean, if it's a nonprofit organization, then they can petition to come to the fair and sell their full food.
Yeah. So that was sort of the underlying point that I wanted to make, was the fact that these food vendors are nonprofit organizations that are getting a wonderful fundraising opportunity by being at the fair and selling this delicious food that they make every year. That is one of the main things that keeps people coming back and back and back. I mean, I know that people look forward to those 5 days every year just to get that specific item of food. But it's a wonderful it's a community building fundraising moment and week for all of those Granges and churches and organizations. So I know that one of the things that we're going to be doing this year is we're going to be running a donation ticker, and we will be linking to what we're going to have food demos from some of the participants and videos from all of those from as many of those organizations as we possibly can. What are some other ways that we can sort of support the community around these food booths?
So you could purchase a virtual fair t-shirt. All of the proceeds from the t-shirt sales are going to support the participating food booths. So that's a great way to do that. That link is available on our website for purchase. And also, if there's a group that's looking to do a sponsorship, a lot of our sponsorship funds are going towards that as well this year.
Awesome. And the link, by the way, to that is also in the description of this video. So you can check that out wherever you're watching this at the moment. What are your favorite parts of the fair when it comes to food? So let's do that first, since we're talking about the food today. What are some of the things that the three of you look forward to every single year?
Mine's strawberry shortcake.
Strawberry shortcake?
Well, I actually have two. Wednesday, before we go do the fireworks, I have to go get my corn fritters, and I get the seafood chowder. Those are two definites that I have to get every year.
Very nice. Roxanne?
I go after two things every year at fair. One of them is called bacon bombs.
Yeah.
And then the other one is the typical fried dough. I have to have a doughboy every year.
Yes. The doughboys are obviously a massive thing. So when I was growing up, every single summer, my mom would volunteer with a couple of her friends at the Oddfellows booth.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like seafood, so I'd never ate there except for their chili dogs, but I loved the corn dogs because the old corn dog was right across from the Oddfellows booth. So I probably spent a ridiculous amount of my parents' money as a child on corn dogs, but the other thing, the thing that I looked forward to at the fair every year, I was a Boy Scout and for Troop 1 Richmond. And for some reason, I swear to God, the soda, the Coke in the Boy Scouts machines tasted the best out of any Coke that I had ever had in my life. I don't know why, but that is what my 8-year-old brain thought. But I loved it. There was the steak and cheese booth, the onion blossoms. Those are some big ones. Obviously the doughboys. It would be great because my mom would volunteer there for all 5 days of the fair, and we would just go hang out from 11 to 11, and every day would make sure that we hit all of the spots. Me and my friends. So it was always a lot of fun.
I honestly don't think that there's any bad food on the fairgrounds.
No.
You cannot go wrong. There is something there for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's always an adventure. And there's something new to try. I mean, you could go eat all 3 meals for all 5 days and not get everything,
Yes.
It was great. Yeah, and I later figured out that there were burgers at the Grange, and then I would go there. Yeah, it was so the food at the fair is a huge deal for sure. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a little break, and we're going to show you a preview of some of the really cool things that we're doing. We're giving you a look inside the food booths. So here you go. Take a look at that.
Hi, this is Bob O'Neill from West Kingston Fire Department. Tonight we're going to show you how to make our famous corn fritters. Very easy to do. We have 4 cups of Kenyan cornmeal, 2.5 cups of water, and 2 14-ounce cans of whole corn with the liquid. So you take this, and then we heat up oil to 375 degrees. And all you want to drop in just a spoonful. Watch your fingers. Some. And this is what they should look like in the end. And And that's how you make a corn fritter.
All right, so we're back, and that was awesome. Roxanne, tell us a little bit about this. So we got some food booths to make, some organizations to make demonstrations of some of their favorite things, some of everyone's favorite things that you look forward to every year. And it's this really cool behind the scenes situation where they're showing you how to make your favorite foods.
Yes. So we took some of the popular foods that we know about, that people were asked about, and we asked the people in charge of those food booths if they could make an at-home version so that everybody can try it out, because we know people will be missing the fair food that they would normally get when they come to the fair. So I believe 4 organizations decided to help out, and they all made videos of at-home versions of their products. So it might be a little bit different than getting the real thing at the fair, but it's an at-home version that will hopefully satisfy the cravings people will have.
I hope so, and a lot of them I've seen the majority of them now already, and they're a lot of fun, and they're a lot of fun to try. Like, some of them have done like the industrial version of what they're making, and then a way for you to do it at home.
Yep.
As well, which is really awesome. So now I just want to take a minute to give you all a second to talk about whatever you'd like to talk about in regards to the fair. How people can be involved this year, and what you're looking forward to and what you miss. So, Nikki, we'll start with you.
Oh, basically, I just think the fair is such a wonderful thing. And to me, fair is family. So I get to see a lot of my fair family, is what I call them. So for me, it's going to be hard because I won't be able to see them face to face. But just reach out during Fair Week to somebody who you haven't seen in a long time and make what fair really is, a big family.
That's so nice. Tom?
Well, one thing, because I was born and raised in Hopkinton, and went to Charahoe High School, so I see a lot of my people that I graduated with, and their kids and stuff like that. Now my kids are growing up and coming to the fair and enjoying the heck out of that. The only thing I'm not gonna miss is coming in at 7 o'clock in the morning and leaving around 11. Well, no, I've been getting out at 10, and Roxanne stays late, and she comes in later. So we've worked that out, but that took 16 years to figure all that out. But no, I'm gonna miss. I take vacation for the week of fair, and I just enjoy the camaraderie with everybody, and seeing the vendors that we've dealt with for the number of years past, and just gonna miss a lot of that.
Absolutely. And Roxanne, I mean, I know that you're going to be on multiple of these, but can you give us your thoughts?
I agree with both Nikki and Tom. We really do have a fair family. It extends beyond just the committee and the vendors and the food vendors. It's some of the patrons that you only see that one time a year, the volunteers and everybody that helps out at the fair. So I'm definitely going to be missing that. I'm already missing that because I find myself with too much free time on the weekends, and I'm not sure what I should be doing. And I realize I'm supposed to be at the fairgrounds. So that is what I'm going to miss. But I really hope that all of our patrons tune in and watch the virtual fair, and that they support all of our causes with the food booth donations or purchasing a shirt so that we can keep it alive and keep going for the next year.
Absolutely. Thank you guys all for joining me, and thank you guys for watching. Well, actually, before that, do you guys have any plugs that you'd like to do for your own organizations? Let me go through that first. Nikki, do you have anything that you want to plug specifically?
The only thing that I would say is keep an eye on Ashaway Grange for next year. We have some ideas for some new food. So we're putting that together this year, and stop by and try it next year.
Awesome. Tom?
Just everybody have a very safe summer. I don't know what I'm doing without, well, I know what I'm doing with all my time off working. But just stay healthy, stay safe, and we'll see everybody in the next summer.
Thank you. Roxanne?
I really don't. I'm looking forward to seeing what all the food booths have put together for us. So I think that's my big plug, is to check out what everybody's doing.
Awesome. Thank you guys very much. And remember that you can check out the live virtual Washington County Fair starting the same time that it would normally, starting on Wednesday, August 12th. It's going to be 6:30 p.m. every single night, Wednesday through Sunday. And we're going to have 90 minutes of content that's going to include the food booths, the agricultural side, entertainment, kids games. And then at 8 o'clock every night, we have wonderful artists that you know and love, just the way that it's always been. So check that out. Like it right here on the Facebook page that you're watching it on for the Washington County Fair. Check out the YouTube page and check out the website, because you can watch it in all 3 places. So that's it for today. Thank you guys so much. Thank you everybody for joining us, and we will see you at the fair.